guys, this is your warning. We do post up spoilers. At times we're relatively offensive. We use vulgar language. So if you think that any of those are gonna offend you in any way, shape, or form, take your step back right now. Because, buddy, this is not the place for you. Anywho, have fun listening to us. And, yeah, this has been your final warning.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you happen to be listening to us, and welcome to another episode of Cinemaic Anarchy. And with me this evening, we have, three people. We have our normal staff, Miss B.
Hello.
Mr. Omar.
What is good?
Or Mr. Maestro. I don't know what we're calling you anymore.
Call me whatever.
We haven't given you your little musical interlude lately. We got to correct that. We used to let you talk music.
This movie, by the way, had a very good soundtrack.
It did. And we have a special guest with us this evening, Miss Timberly.
Hello.
Okay.
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome, yes.
Welcome to
glad
the
to be aboard.
And we're actually going to switch things up a little bit. Normally we do the fun and games at the end of the podcast. We had a discussion amongst the group last week, and we decided to maybe try it at the top so that the average listener that's actually dealing with us gets to hear the fun and games before we actually get into the nitty-gritty of listening or talking about the movie of the week. And
do we say what movie it is even?
Oh, well, we can say what movie it is. We're discussing Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
One of JimCarey's best fucking serious roles.
It is regarded by many people as one of the best movies of all time, as I've read. I don't rank it that high, but I can understand what some people do.
Yeah.
I honestly, I'm disappointed that I did not watch the film prior to yesterday evening.
Okay, I was about to fuck you up, kid.
I was about to be really surprised and confused. How did you not watch the movie? I just watched it during my workday.
No. Hey, that has happened on occasion.
We'll get to that later, and we'll dissect it.
This movie had a great cast.
Honestly, yeah, I was really surprised.
Through and through.
I'm sure some of those people, that was the first time, their break.
I mean, I was very, very disappointed to see Elijah Wood again.
Right.
Okay, so last weekend, what was it? Last weekend?
Last weekend.
Before that, we did
No. Last weekend was it wasn't. It was Being John Malkovich. The weekend before was Come to Daddy.
Okay, so 2 weeks ago we did Come to Daddy, and it's Elijah Wood's most recent movie. And he plays this teeny-weeny fucking pacifist, weak-ass, handsy little bitch.
Interesting.
He was a hipster bitch.
It's just, it makes him look really bad.
Yeah.
I think
that's not his best work.
I think the last Elijah Wood movie that I've seen that's not Lord of the Rings. The only other Elijah Wood movie that I really remember is Flipper, with a dolphin.
Oh my god!
That one's good. I do like that
one.
That was
Wasn't he?
That was one of my favorites as a kid.
Wow.
Wasn't he in Sin City?
I feel old now.
He was in Sin City.
Was he?
Yeah. He was actually kind of a badass in Sin City.
I think I've only seen that twice. But wasn't he also in that End of the World movie?
With Tom Cruise?
No!
Tom Cruise did an End of the World movie.
A comet was about to hit the world and fucking... Hang on, where's my computer?
Deep Impact. He was in Deep Impact.
Deep Impact, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was.
He was the kid on the motorcycle.
And there was another movie that I really liked him in when he was younger.
He was
he was playing...
He was in The Good Son with Macaulay Culkin.
Let me see.
That movie with this kid, there would have been so much that they could have done to save it. to make him look a little better, but honestly, he looked more manly as a hobbit.
I'm not saying something.
I think probably if we're talking about kids movies that I've seen with him in, I think one of my favorite movies of his is North.
Never seen that one.
Not sure I've seen that one.
Where he doesn't like his own parents, and so he becomes a child free agent, and everybody wants to have him as their kid, so he goes around the world basically trying to get himself adopted by some other family.
Interesting.
It was a good film. But
Oh, okay. So, the other really, really good Elijah film I saw was when he was like a little kid. It's called The War.
The War, yes.
And like, yeah, dude, it's so fucking good.
Don't think I've seen that one.
Him and Kevin Costner.
Check it out.
Okay, we're actually talking about things
on, like, Prime.
that we should be talking about alongside the movie. Yes.
Pitch Storm.
We're going to stop. Pitch Storm. All right. So, pardon.
You good?
Of course, I'm going to start coughing. All right. Damn. All right, I think that's over now.
Yeah.
Just clearing my throat into the mic. So we got a nice little premise here. I got something from the creature feature deck and the animation deck. So, a group of sentient toys separated from their child wakes up from a coma in a post-apocalyptic hellscape. Yeah. So basically, Mad Max meets Toy Story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can get down with this. I want to see fucking Woody in like dominatrix gear.
So we have notes. The notes is we want this movie to appeal to stoners.
Well, I mean, then you need the obvious fucking stoner fucking people. You need Cheech and Chong. You need Silent Bob. You need Seth Rogen and fucking James Franco. That's his fucking name.
Yep.
Get both of the
I kept
Franco
thinking
brothers.
Death Franco, and I was like, what?
Get both of the Franco
I don't
brothers.
know.
Dave too.
Okay. For some reason, I always like remember that there's like a DeFranco, not just Franco. So I wasn't sure which one was correct or not.
Yep. It's Dave and James Franco.
Well, James and Dave. James is older.
Nick Offerman.
Oh my god, yes! Oh my god, okay, I want Nick Offerman wearing a human skull mask. And I want him to just... I want him to be like the carpenter of like the post-apocalyptic community.
So he's basically the local Jesus figure.
I want him to be doing his like little Nick Offerman's fucking like DIY show, but with the fucking post-apocalyptic group of people and all their fucking like raid get up and shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Basically, basically
This
showing
is
the
how you make a birdhouse.
the locals how to use
So
every bit of the carcass.
With the idea of like, so like Toy Story meets Mad Max, like with whatever equivalent to Buzz Lightyear, I want like Dave Bautista in kind of like the Drax vibe.
Fucking yes.
Yes. But like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 Drax, I don't really like Drax in the second one. I feel like they dumped him down too much.
Yeah, definitely. Fucking.
Yeah.
He's got a little more like. Oomph.
Oh, what is that?
Movie, you know?
Yeah.
And we lost Omar, apparently.
Well, Omar said that he would jump out for a moment to switch over to his laptop.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Well, I didn't pay attention to that message.
I don't know
Did
if
you get the memo?
Nope.
I don't know if you guys. There's another Dave Bautista movie that I was thinking of that I liked him a little bit better. I like the Drax character. Don't get me wrong, but he played. I'm gonna have to look it up now too, which is gonna bug the shit out of me because I hate having to look up things like mid podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want the toys from Small Soldiers
Okay.
with Sid's toys from Toy Story to like team up.
Yes.
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 Yes. Oh god, what else? What else is there? Fucking
There's... I don't know if you've seen... This is like a B movie at best, but like Puppet Master, the movies.
I remember those.
Master.
I remember those.
Full Moon Entertainment, they did these movies called basically the Puppet Master. It was about a...
old school.
Yeah, it was basically about a was it Nazi maybe? A Nazi scientist who had figured out how to bring his marionettes to life.
And they were evil.
Usually using a special Well, they weren't evil. They were constantly trying to protect him. So if they felt like somebody was invading his place, they would go on offensive mode and they would basically attack.
Do evil shit.
Very much so.
That movie was like from the early 90s, right, Chris?
I believe that they're even making them right now, but they started out, I want to say, late 80s, went into the 90s, and the most recent one was like Puppet Master X, which was actually a couple of years back.
Yeah, by the way, certain movies, they're old when I remember watching them.
This is one of those cult classic movies that just never ends, even though they're supposed to.
There's that like 89 parts.
Well,
like Leprechaun and fucking, like, you know what I mean?
Leprechaun.
Like, I love Saw, but I almost feel like Saw even went on too long.
Way too long.
Absolutely.
Like, there's 8 whole movies.
It's still going. Chris Rock is reviving it.
In the movies.
They should have ended it after like the 3rd, maybe 4th movie.
Certain movies, I feel they should have left it at. For example, Rocky. Rocky, there should have been 3 Rockies and then Creed.
Agreed.
Creed 2 is already a force.
Okay, real quick, just checking. You guys can't hear me eating, right?
I don't hear anything.
Okay, cool.
You're
I
good.
can smell the food.
Chris is really the one you gotta make sure can't hear anything.
Can you hear that?
He's the only one recording this.
He's the only one that's not sloppy and cares too, because I wouldn't.
Yeah, right.
Dave,
I eat during the podcast all the time. I just go on mute.
Dave Bautista played a character in a movie called The Man with the Iron Fists. Called Brass...
Yes.
Brass
with
Body.
From Listen,
Yes.
Remember that.
Incredible movie, and the part 2 was even better.
Oh, okay. Because I'm on the other end. First movie, great. Second movie was subpar compared to the first.
Oh no,
I agree with that.
That one I liked it better, the second part, but they shouldn't do no more.
Okay, no, they shouldn't at all.
Yeah, no. Let it die as the good movie that it is. Movies that they
Superman. They should have left it at 2.
So I'm picturing like these toys that I want to say toys from famous movies, but in like very much Mad Max mode, right? And we have the last of humanity has to defend themselves from these just insanely aggressive toys.
Okay, so the world goes into like a nuclear holocaust, right? Fucking North Korea, Russia, China, fucking United States, Australia somehow fucking like gets their hands on some nukes, and everyone just starts blowing each other up, okay? And England's just like, ew! And they sink into the ocean. They don't exist anymore. That continent is fucking gone.
Okay.
And
As karma will have it.
The nuclear holocaust, like, it starts with the governments, like, you know, fighting each other, and then technology gains some kind of, like, AI and starts, like, fucking
weaponizing
evolving.
toys.
Yeah. It starts evolving and making its own decisions, and fucking, like, it brings all of these evil toys out of storage from Area fucking 51 with some fucking aliens or some shit. Alright?
Now we got
Let's
a little...
throw some aliens in there.
Little ID4.
Let's make them some old school toys. A whole bunch of G.I. Joes just
like it's
targeting towards the enemy.
It's the little like G.I. Joe fucking bullshit guys from Small Soldiers, and the fucking what else?
The Green Army guys.
The Sid's toys from fucking Toy Story.
Yes,
and
I definitely want to see Sid's toys from
Annabelle in there.
Oh
Let's get
god,
some
yeah.
Poltergeist shit up in there.
Yeah. Chucky.
Chucky.
Yep, there we go.
Fuck yeah!
Bride of Chucky.
Sid was the cowboy toy, right, from Toy Story?
No,
Sid?
he was the kid that made all the fucked up toys.
Oh, yes.
The cowboy toy was Woody.
He was the cowboy.
I want to see the cowboy from Toy Story with an axe like Andy in.
Yes. No, hang on.
Going ham on
Not an
everything.
axe. Give him the fucking ash chainsaw from Evil Dead.
Oh my god, yes.
Yes.
Yep.
The chainsaw arm.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, I went the other
crazy on everything.
I'm picturing like the Buzz Lightyear toy with like a Gatling gun, you know? Just a little miniature Gatling gun.
Didn't Buzz Lightyear have a ship on Toy Story?
So
like he pops the trunk and he has like an arsenal in there.
Oh yeah.
And he just started giving toys weapons.
I'm feeling
like, these toys got their hands on some like alien technology, so now all their little toy weapons are real and they can shoot like plasma fucking rays and shit.
Oh my god! And then like the claw game, those little alien toys, like they would all be completely decked out in like chains, studs, and shit like that.
Yes!
Oh
like
my god! Yes.
BDSM clothes. I'm here for it.
But they're all the same. They don't get any different.
Somebody
They're
might
still all the
listen
same.
to this and steal our idea and make it like a Men in Black new movie.
Oh my god! Yes.
Okay.
Who's gonna stop all these fucking evil toys?
Men
in Black.
Now, Nico is talking, but we can't hear her. She's talking.
I was talking and you couldn't hear me. You know what? Honestly, that's a good thing that you couldn't hear me because I was talking over everyone else and fucking.
What were you saying?
You was snoring too?
I forget what I was saying.
It seemed so important while you were trying to talk over everyone on mute. I like to now, one thing you'll learn about me, I like to cast against type. So I want, like, the badass leader of the human rebellion, basically, that's fighting against these toys. I want Bob Saget.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
I love it. And
Bob
fucking
Saget.
bring in Bob Ross while you're
Just
at it.
literally just
Oh my God, yes.
dad-gone badass.
They have like a little crew in a place, include Matthew Broderick and that crew, and they're all super badasses.
Have Michael Cera as like some like wimpy lieutenant.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Michael Cera could be one of the bad guys.
No.
Like, who discovered a way to
Oh,
weaponize.
dude, yeah, he's a total douchebag.
Michael
Wait,
Cera's the
Michael Cera
footstool.
is?
Yeah, apparently he's like a total douchebag. And okay, have you seen This Is the End?
I don't think I have.
It's the end of the world movie with like all the, typical stoner actors and shit. Rihanna's in there. Fucking.
I don't think I've seen it.
Like, so the world ends and fucking all the celebrities are partying with each other while the world is ending, and they get stuck in James Franco's house, and they all play themselves. And in the movie, at the very beginning, Michael Cera is like, getting his ass eaten out by one chick while he's getting his dick sucked by another and blowing fucking coke. He walks up to like McLovin and he like, hey, have you ever tried cocaine before? And just blows this puff of coke in McLovin's face. And he's like, I've never done this drug before. And like, he's a total fucking douchebag the entire time. Like, just as the world's about to end, he's like, where's my phone? Who stole my phone? Somebody has my phone. And then he gets fucking skewered. He got skewered by a fucking, like, light post. And just as he does, he pulls out his phone that's ringing from his pocket. He's like, oh, that's embarrassing.
Oh my god. That surprises me that somebody who looks so confused and lost in like every shot of him, like every picture I've ever seen of Michael Cera, he just looks confused that he's there. How does someone like that get off being a douchebag?
There's this video of him in like Aubrey Plaza. where like they're on the red carpet, they're being interviewed, talking to reporters and shit, like just doing their thing, and Michael Cera keeps trying to like grab the mic out of Aubrey Plaza's hand. She's like, "Can you not fucking do that? Like, what are you doing?" And there's like other videos of him like flipping the fuck out on set.
Jesus.
All right.
He's very entitled.
Well,
Sounds like it.
I mean, to be famous, you have to at least have a bit of sociopath in you.
Yeah.
You have to.
Not necessarily. We know a couple of people who are like semi-famous. They got a couple million followers on the Tik and Instagram, and they're not total douchebags.
Exactly.
No. I didn't say
Like-
douchebags. I said that you have to at least be a low-level
Or
sociopath
sociopaths.
to want to be. I mean, to be that person that says, "I want all eyes on me at all times."
Yeah.
No. I mean, I would admit that I
Yeah, I guess.
I would love it if people were listening to this a lot more frequently than they currently are. You know?
I wouldn't call it like sociopathic though.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't say. I'm not calling anybody a full sociopath. I'm saying that you have to have that tendency.
Yeah, like I think I get what you're saying. It's not sociopath in like the common negative connotation, just more so like that ability to kind of remove yourself emotionally.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get it,
I get what
but-
you're saying.
Well, you got people that just have a talent for acting and exploit it to their financial gain, and that does, and they're not necessarily douchebags. They're
Yeah,
famous
still
because they're good at what they do.
Yeah, certainly still don't need to be a douchebag about it. I mean, I've met several celebrities that have, like, they're up there, like JDM, Norman Reedus, they're pretty popular and all that. Still genuine heart of gold guys.
Yeah.
Nikki, are you okay? You look like you're about to cry.
You bitch!
They're amazing.
Oh my god, my heart. It melts.
Wouldn't be a
And
podcast
it's funny,
without you
too.
screaming at least once.
And
This one was at least a scream of joy.
Yeah, no, we need that guttural groaning from me at least once every episode.
nice.
It's usually anger.
Oh god!
Yeah,
It's usually angry.
definitely. All right. Have we fleshed this one out enough? Do you want to move to the second one?
Yeah, sure.
Or do you have any more to say about that one? I liked the idea of in the post-apocalypse, you're basically gathering dad figures together as the...
Yes!
Yep.
We like the ultimate weapon. Hold on, we need like an ultimate dad weapon.
Yeah.
A grill spatula.
You and I might be extras there too, Chris.
Uh.
the ultimate...
Oh my god. Okay. Our secret weapon for this movie is Steve Martin.
Yes. Oh my god, yes.
Steve Martin with a spatula
Yep.
that
Steve-
shoots laser beams. Freaking laser
No.
beams.
No, just atomic powered metal alloy type concoction that just kills the toys with a slap, and he just going around like.
Well, no, have you ever
So,
seen
like,
Casey Jones from
So just-
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where he had all sorts of weapons that were based off of sports equipment? Well, Steve Martin is the same guy, but all of his weapons are basically barbecue equipment.
Yeah.
Spatulas, tongs, you know.
So
Hold on,
like,
Timberly has something to say.
so like a grilling spatula, but like with the powers of Mjolnir.
Yes!
Yes.
There you go.
love
Only he who can cook the medium rare steak to perfection can wield the power of Mjolnir.
I could
love it.
imagine
I'm fucking
the
here for it.
toys making fun of his grilling tool. So what are you gonna do with that grill brush? You're gonna brush me off the face of the earth? Actually, I will.
Yes.
Barbecue sauce, little spicy. Okay. Second set. All right, next pitch storm here. We have a country singer determined to make it big in Nashville must choose between saving their love or saving the city that they're sworn to protect. So apparently it's a Nashville singer who's also a superhero.
Make it futuristic. That'll be the country singer that got famous because he made a song about his truck leaving him.
Let me read the notes, Omar. Let me read the notes.
Yeah.
This movie apparently needs more aliens, but not dumb aliens. Cool aliens.
There you go. Stoner aliens.
Stoner aliens?
Yeah.
What is that movie?
So
Paul. Paul, yeah.
Yep.
I'm all for the fucking, who is it, Seth Rogen alien? Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Like a
Yep.
Seth Rogen
And a few
alien.
LGBT aliens like Roger from American Dad.
Like,
So we're just gonna have a bunch of like sassy, sarcastic
I was
aliens.
thinking like Invader Zim.
Some asshole alien.
Like a live-action Invader Zim.
Oh, so cute.
There you go.
We have a picture of Stanley being a curious fucking
I feel like
camera whore.
I feel like I have to.
posing. He's like, I'm so fucking pretty right now.
He knows it. He knows it. He definitely
He's
knows it.
I feel like I have to mention
so
this at least once a podcast. While we are doing this via video, nobody can see what you're doing. At all.
You guys can see the lizard, though.
Yes, we
So for
can
anybody that doesn't understand, we're looking at a gecko. We're looking at a very beautiful gecko that knows that he's beautiful.
He absolutely knows that he's a pretty boy.
Yep, he's
sexy
voguing
and
right
knows
now.
it.
He's like, "Yep, get me on my good side, mom."
I work out.
Okay.
I love him so goddamn much.
So,
So
Bitstorm.
is his name just like Stanley, or is it Stan Lee?
It's Stanley.
So I
I
laughed.
call him Stanley. I call him Stanifer, Staniels. The Stanford Maximus, or no, Stanford. My boyfriend is talking to his fucking friends,
I had a laugh when she told me the
knowing
name
that I'm
of
recording.
two of her geckos.
Daniel.
One is Stan, the other one is Ollie. And
No, hang on. It's Stanley, Oliver, Nova, and Reginald.
right, but when you first told me the name of Oliver, you told me it was Ollie. And I laughed because of the fact that Laurel and Hardy are also known as Stan and Ollie. They had a whole movie about it. So I don't know if you did that subconsciously. Possibly.
You know I didn't. You know I didn't like deliberately do the whole like Stan and Ollie thing because I don't know who they are.
Right. You may not know who they are. Like I said, it might be a subconscious thing, like something you may have like seen the advertisement for the movie, and in the back of your head, those two names just go together.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it was a whole movie based off of their life that was recently done. I think maybe about 5 or 10 years back. So, literally called Stan and Ollie. All right, so
That it was based on their career and friendship, right?
yes. So let's hit this one running so we can get through it quick and move on to the latter half of the podcast. So Nashville singer
right.
who must choose between saving their love or the city they're sworn to protect. So we have a superhero Nashville singer.
Dolly Parton.
Yes, Dolly Parton, definitely Dolly Parton. I want to see Dolly Parton take on some aliens.
Dolly Parton as a superhero?
Yes.
Why not?
Her superpower is her voice. It sends out like fucking shockwaves.
I thought her superpower was slap people to death.
Okay, so sort of a Black Canary or Banshee type character.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Willie Nelson to have a role like a very wise advisor.
I feel like
who's always partaking in the cannabis.
Yep.
Yes. I mean, obviously Dolly smokes with him.
He's a
Of
country
course.
Yoda.
I'm feeling like the cast
Oh my
here
god.
should be
I love it, Country Yoda.
a bunch of aging over-the-hill country artists. You know, we got Garth Brooks out there. We've got Lyle Lovett, maybe. Because Lyle Lovett's been an actor. We got, oh god, what is his name? We can bring Chris Christopherson. Bring Tom Waits in. He's not really a country singer, but
Is Reba old enough to be in that category?
Yeah, Reba's old enough to be in that category.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Wait, did I just fucking hear Reba?
Reba.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that bitch.
Sweet Voice, one of the few country artists I will sit down and listen to. Actually,
Who
I
else
used
can
to
we?
watch her show.
I
Dude,
never
same.
watched her show, but I have a couple of her records.
I grew up watching her show.
Okay, so have you watched Shameless?
No, I haven't seen Shameless.
Okay, so oh god, what's the dude's name? The neighbor guy.
Mm.
Him and his wife.
Shameless.
Oh, are you
That
talking
neighbor
about
guy?
Brock and oh my god, why did I just lose her name? Barbara Jean.
Yep.
Are you talking about them?
The neighbors on Shameless. You know, hang on. Fucking
Oh, the neighbors
shit.
on Shameless. I thought you were talking about like
The
I
neighbors
thought we were
on
still
Reba.
talking about Reba.
Hang on, let me find the cast. Not shameless. God damn it.
Shameless.
Fucking
Without shame.
do.
Just keep that noise
Let
going.
me see where
funny
the
to think about.
character is. I can't fucking.
So this film I'm feeling is going to be like Nashville, the TV show, meets an Over the Hills Charlie's Angels. And I want Billy Ray Cyrus as my Bosley.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh my god, absolutely.
Oh,
Larry the Cable Guy. Put Larry. That wasn't me. Put Larry the Cable Guy up in there.
Larry the
Yep.
Cable Guy
Okay,
needs to be the
so-
bad guy in the movie.
So the guy that I'm thinking of is Van Montgomery.
Mm.
From
Oh, okay, yeah.
Cheyenne's husband.
Yep.
And the guy that you would recognize him as, Omar, is fucking Kevin
Oh.
from Shameless.
Yes, okay.
Oh yeah.
Kevin and Veronica.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I
Wait,
want this
Veronica.
guy in there in full fucking
So this will be like
pony,
what?
like pony gear, pony BDSM fucking
So,
mask.
so what? So what's
leather
the scenario
gear.
here? Mad Max goes to Nashville or something like that? What are you seeing?
I'm
But he's being used as like a fucking steed by the toys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
haven't we moved on from the toy thing?
Did we?
Yeah, we're in a different
This is
thing.
a whole new one.
You
Oh
moved.
my god, I'm fucking toasty.
Did you smoke yourself back in time?
I have what she's having.
I thought about getting toasty, but then I didn't want to be brain dead. Like if I get to a certain point, then I can't like keep track of thoughts at all.
Yep, no, I had a whole fucking like thought process, and then I went back to the fucking toy thing.
Yep.
So we're in the Dolly Parton Nashville thing right now.
Dolly Parton, okay, I want this guy.
Yes, Dolly Parton, all the
I still
over the
want
hill
Van.
country singers.
I still want Steve Howie in there though. Fucking
Yes.
bring him in there.
Yep.
I like. There's a couple of people that I really like. Clint Black. There is one guy. Not a lot of people like him anymore, but I think they should drag him in, replaying his Maverick character. Mel Gibson. He did a very good. Yeah. What?
True.
True. Probably the better part of that movie. I really didn't like it for a lot of different reasons, but he was actually pretty damn good in that movie. I'd also like to see Chris Klein again.
Chris Klein. Why does that sound familiar?
That sounds really familiar.
Chris Klein, he was like the jock guy from American Pie.
Okay, gotcha.
Alright.
So I'm thinking like Chris Klein as sort of Larry the Cable Guy's underling. And he's
Yes.
he's
Yes.
seriously pissed off about being the underling because he is so much smarter than Larry. But for some reason, is just always right there, having to do his bidding. Kind of like,
Okay, so where are we going with this?
So I'm trying to figure out where the fight is here. I'm picturing like a futuristic kind of Nashville setting.
Like Cowboys versus Aliens, obviously, type
Definitely.
shit.
Definitely, well, yeah, Cowboys versus Aliens, but set in modern, even maybe futuristic times. I want to say that Larry... We can even make these just voiced-over characters. Basically, these are basically the voices of the aliens. So you got Larry the Cable Guy, you've got Chris Klein. You said Seth Rogen earlier, I believe.
Yep.
So these are all like short, basic, I want to say almost Napoleon Complex-esque aliens. You know that...
Okay, we need Danny DeVito. We need Danny DeVito to voice one of them, too.
Woo! Oh, you got real loud real quick. Boom!
sorry.
The angriest one of them all should be Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito, yep,
Yes.
yep.
The most violent, vicious, angry, hateful, like very, very mad at everything.
Definitely. I had one in mind and I can't remember it now. Damn.
Okay, so
It's been a long work
aliens
week.
are coming to Earth. They're trying to harvest our brains because they're on. Okay, so I don't know if any of you guys have seen. Oh fucking shit! I have the movie on the tip of my tongue. What's the alien movie where they take people's brains? Alien movie.
Take people's brains?
Yeah.
What, Mars Attacks? No.
No.
Mars Attacks didn't take people's brains.
I know that.
They just vaporized them.
Skyline.
Yeah.
Okay. Has anyone seen Skyline?
I haven't seen Skyline.
No, I have not.
Oh, it's a really good fucking movie. The aliens, like, they use this light to hypnotize you and draw you towards them so that they can fucking grab onto your head and suck out your brain, and then they keep the brains and they use them to put into androids, and then they control the androids and fucking take over planets.
Love that one. Not to watch sober.
Like, it's a good fucking movie. The
It is
sequel,
crazy.
Not as good. The sequel doesn't make any fucking sense at all.
Hate when that happens.
Okay, so like at the end of the first movie, the guy turns into one of the fucking alien android thing fucking shits. And he's like trying to protect his girlfriend who is pregnant. And then the next movie, they have their baby and the baby has like alien powers. But it doesn't make any sense because the guy became an alien after the fucking shit happened. He wasn't infected until afterwards that she was pregnant, and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
I hate it.
You looked like you were about to have an aneurysm right there. Just,
I almost did.
It's a very small video there, but I could see the vein popping out while you were yelling.
You were like... They call a nerdgasm.
Just okay. Well, she's falling off the screen there, laughing her ass off.
Which is great.
So I'm picturing. I mean,
It's all good.
we could go brains, or we could go like they basically have a craft hovering above Earth. They're bringing us up there. It's almost like a food processing plant,
Okay.
right? Their plot basically is
They're
to...
doing to us what we do to cows.
They're basically picking off people that they don't think will be missed, and they're processing them into food and then selling them back to the masses.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on. Okay. Hang on, I had a great idea. They're doing to us what we do to cows because they secretly worship fucking cows.
Oh my god. Yes.
That's why they keep kidnapping them.
Yep. How the turntables have.
That's why all our cows go fucking missing.
They're saving them from us.
I want Ryan Reynolds to walk out of his fucking Texas cabin for some fucking reason with Dolly Parton and be like, why is our cow floating up into the sky? And then that whole shit starts.
Oh my god.
And then Ryan Reynolds never appears in the fucking movie ever again.
Just a split second, you know.
He's just there for a fucking, like, a quick fuck.
Just, he only gets, like, one line.
Got, like,
literally
his Deadpool
just,
costume on.
what the fuck?
Oh
You
my
know,
god,
that's
yes. Okay, wait. Not only does he have the Deadpool costume on, but he has, like, the Deadpool costume and then, like, a stereotypical country getup. So, like, he's wearing overalls and a straw hat over the suit.
With the unicorn horn and tail.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm fucking here for it.
The straw hat has a hole for the horn to go through.
I love it!
And then, like, okay, so you remember, like, the button butt flap on, like, on the Long John's, like, body suit or whatever? He's got, like, the button butt flap on the overalls for the unicorn tail.
I love it.
Sounds good. And,
It's a butt plug.
I'm picturing, like, literally just, he gets one line. He doesn't get to say a whole sentence. It's just literally, what the fuck. That's it. That's all he gets to say. Just
Enough to make the whole audience just be like, wait, what the fuck?
I was picturing something.
Like, the opening scene is, like, Ryan Reynolds and Dolly Parton getting out of bed and looking out into the fucking sky over Dolly Parton's farm and being like, what the fuck? And then it cuts. Like, in the middle of...
Ryan Reynolds in bed with Dolly Parton.
Yes.
I'm picturing her questioning him.
Costume with the straw hat and the fucking unicorn horn and tail.
Yep.
I'm picturing her questioning him, like, do you have to wear that to bed every time? Like, every time?
No, that's just what that's his kink.
Right, no,
and
but
you said
she's...
that this is the opening to the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like that's perfect, because then I feel like for the rest of the movie, people would be like, so are we going to get, like, explanation or context? No? Okay.
No. No context, no explanation. It's just, like, they get out of bed, and it's, what the fuck, and then it cuts to the next scene.
But we see Dolly Parton for the rest of the
With
movie.
like,
We just...
ominous music and government shit.
Yeah, we see Dolly Parton for the rest of it, but Dolly Parton never mentions him again. At all.
Never.
Like, there's no mention of him. It's like it didn't even happen.
It's just a thing. Just a thing that happened.
Just a thing that occurred. Kind of like that movie that should go unmentioned.
Nope.
God damn it, Omar.
No.
We said we wouldn't mention it.
I haven't mentioned
mentioning
it. That's not mentioning it.
That's mentioning
That's
it. You said, and the movie that goes unmentioned. That's mentioning the movie that should go unmentioned.
You made a suggestion of the mention of the movie that cannot be mentioned.
That's it.
No. Yeah, I made a reference to it.
You did the thing. You mentioned the movie that shouldn't be mentioned.
No, I referred
to the mention in the movie that shouldn't be mentioned.
No, I made a reference.
This word is starting to lose its meaning.
I made a reference to the movie.
Doesn't matter what you did. It's in our heads now. Evil, evil, evil you.
You broke the rule of law.
I think that memory should be most uncomfortable for Chris because he saw it with Seth. I can imagine them avoiding eye contact like.
I think this is the reason why Seth's not around anymore.
I probably think
he got
traumatized and decided to hide from it.
I don't know if you deliberately made that pun, but it sounded like you said traumatized.
It's my accent. I'm a foreigner. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, fucking...
That's my excuse for anytime somebody misunderstands me, that's my excuse. I'm a foreigner. English is not my first language.
You made a pun unintentionally and it's stuck. And now it's there.
I counted.
It stuck the landing, 10 of 10.
It did.
Tonight we'll make 61 episodes that movie was mentioned on.
God damn it!
After we said we wasn't going to mention it.
61 total episodes where that movie got mentioned. Even if you don't mention the name at this point, if you've listened to the podcast, you know what the fuck we're talking about.
Listen, the thought of you and Seth watching that movie is the gift that keeps on giving. Sometimes I'm just at work by myself doing something completely unrelated. And I imagine that scene and I just bust out laughing.
The best part of that image is me and Seth having to sit there watching that movie, and then my daughter pops up behind us and is like, "What the fuck are you guys watching?"
Oh my god! Oh my god! At the time, what, 17-year-old?
Where Candace walked in and said, "What are you watching? What are you watching?"
Oh, no, she was 20 at the time, but even still.
Oh, your daughter.
Oh my god.
Serenity.
She's
Even
got
worse.
such a baby face. I always forget that she's like over 18.
She's 21.
Okay, that at least makes it better, but still, like...
I
Yeah.
always forget that she's like not that much younger than me.
Listen, I have all boys. All my kids are boys, and they're grown. My youngest is 15. I have children here. My grown boys. I wouldn't want one of my boys walking to me and Seth watching that, because I never hear the end of it.
I
Let
didn't
alone
even
a
put
daughter.
that fucking movie, like, I didn't even cast it to my TV.
No?
Like, my boyfriend, like, heard what was going on in the background and like, was like, "What the fuck are you watching?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I didn't choose this. This isn't my decision. I might skip this episode. This is bad."
Oh, teary-eyed.
Okay, so if you want, like, a funny story on somebody... okay, it's not the same situation, but, like, somebody walking in on an awkward movie moment... it was... okay, so my mom, at her previous work, they had a TV up in the front lobby area that, you know, you could watch whatever was on while you were waiting to be helped. She's a counter, like, salesperson for, like, automotive parts. And so it was around Christmas time, and Love Actually is a Christmas movie, or, like, considered Christmassy enough.
Love
So
Actually.
she put that up as one of the movies to display, completely forgetting that there was a scene where they are acting out a porno. And then her boss walks out to the front lobby and is like, "Rico, what are we watching?"
Oh no!
And she's like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry! I forgot about this scene, I promise!" So she immediately took it down.
I would have been we. It was just me. You just happened to show up.
Oh no!
That's horrible.
I mean,
Oh.
thankfully, like, I feel like the nature of the work, because it's a automotive place, so, like, they work on, like, truck parts and all that, so, like, nobody was scathed there. It wasn't like it was in, like, a corporate office or, like, a hospital or, like, somewhere, like, more, like, I don't know, snooty, so to speak.
Yeah, more wholesome.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's already an automotive workplace where, like, you know, they've got the calendar girls all up there with, like, their micro bikinis and shit, so.
I would have blamed my boss. I would have been, well, I don't know. It was perfectly family friendly until you walked up in here.
It was just so funny though, because, like, they don't show anything other than the fact that you tell that it's two naked adults on screen, and, like, he's standing there and she's, like, just kneeling and she's just moving towards him, looking up at him. They're talking about, like, going on a date or whatever, but they're still butt ass naked. And you see that in a
Butterball.
lobby.
Well, no, butt ass because they were skinny. Butterball is when they chubby.
But you know, you just see bare naked people on the TV in a lobby area of, like, some place of work.
Yeah.
She was mortified. It was so funny.
I can imagine.
Like, if it had been anybody but the boss, it probably wouldn't have been that bad. But it was the boss.
No. Man, I would have just blamed it on her. It was perfectly wholesome and Christmassy until you walked up in here. You're a bad influence on these TVs.
Alright, I think that we've tied up the pitch storm portion here. We're going to go ahead and move over to our singular sponsor.
Portion.
The sponsor, the one, who, they're the one that pays us right now. And I see Nico trying to talk again, but I think she's forgotten that she is still on mute.
The one sponsor that we have. Thank you, Anchor, for still supporting us.
Thank you. And we'll be right back.
take Sprite
Mhm.
and Bacardi Dragonberry.
Oh,
Throw
That
those in a
sounds
jug,
that sounds so
and
good.
then throw strawberry Smirnoff in it with Skittles.
Oh, yes.
Skittles or Sour Patch, or both.
I need to call
That
my
sounds really
dentist
good.
just after
Oh.
listening to that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I might already have diabetes, but I'm paying no attention to it. But
Jeez, after
no.
that.
In my
The things that I come up with, they should be giving people diabetes, and I apologize to the world for it.
It's a sugar bomb and a half.
Well,
Black-
speaking of sweet stuff,
blackberry lemonade,
stuff, oh,
blackberry lemonade,
yeah.
and gin. Blackberry lemonade and gin. It tastes like a really tart gummy bear to me.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you for sticking with us through our sponsors, and we are back with Cinematic Anarchy to do the second half of the podcast. And yes, I did just check in the middle of your conversation to record some of that.
Oh, lovely.
That's fine.
Well,
Wait, that was in the middle of the conversation.
yeah,
Oh my god.
they got in the middle of the conversation. While we're at it, I'm usually a beer and wine guy, but if I'm having anything stronger, it will be more like Jack Daniel's honey. Speaking of sweet, I love that shit.
I can't really do like hard liquor unless I'm like already drunk.
So
like I'll
someday,
start out with like light girly drinks that get you really, really fucked up.
Yep.
When you don't know that you're fucked up. So like you'll drink like 6 or 7 of them and then stand up to go to the bathroom and be like, oh shit, I'm really fucked up. And that's the point when I'll like when I run out of like girly drinks, I'll start drinking hard liquor or whatever else I can find.
so what you do?
Okay,
What you
but
do
like,
one of these days? Get ginger ale. Well, a little bit, just a little bit ginger ale. Get some limeade, like the Simply Limeade. And get some Jack Daniel's honey and a whole bunch of ice and make like a Slurpee type thing.
I guess I'm confused because I consider girly drinks to be hard liquor because a lot of the girly drinks that I drink are like a shot of this kind of liquor, a shot of that kind of liquor, and then, maybe like a splash of soda or juice for flavor.
Yeah, that is time to fuck you up.
Fucking, like when I talk about like girly drinks, I talk about like what bros consider girly drinks. What your typical like toxic masculine fucking douchebag would consider a girly drink, quote unquote.
Listen,
Yeah, I consider that hard liquor because
yeah, exactly, because it gets you really fucked up with like before you even fucking know it. Like you'll go to like fucking Dave and Buster's or some shit, or like out to a bar and drink like 2 Long Island iced teas, and then you'll order a couple of shots, and before you can take the first shot, you like go to the bathroom and realize in the bathroom that you're really fucked up.
Yeah.
The bathroom is spinning.
Yep. Well, it's like to me, it's not even that the bathroom is spinning. It's just like all of a sudden, okay, I can tell that I'm fucked up at a bar. Like when I go into the bathroom and I look in the mirror and I'm just like,
yeah,
I feel good. You look in your own eyes.
You see yourself blushing unintentionally. Yep. Your eyes are like a little bit red and glossy. Like you've got that cheesy fucking smile.
Yep. Exactly.
And you start talking to girls that you don't know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh my god, your hair!
If I go in the bathroom and I spend a good 2 minutes looking at myself smiling, I know I'm fucked up because then I'm like, I just want to hug everyone. I'm happy.
So like my last good experience.
Gets really hungry.
My last good drinking experience out with friends and shit was that wasn't with my boyfriend, was at the TikTok meetup down in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
And I grabbed myself a drink from the bar and I went to the bathroom while I was waiting for my drink, and a couple of the girls that were at the meetup that I hadn't talked to yet came into the bathroom and they saw me washing my hands. They were like, we love your content, and this it was the cutest fucking shit ever. I love them so much.
That's awesome.
Cute. Anyway, we're here to talk about Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It's one of the greatest fucking Jim Carrey movies I've ever seen.
Okay, we are on the movie now? Is that what we're doing? I want to make sure.
We're talking about drinks and shit, but we're supposed to be talking about the movie. It's after 10 o'clock over here.
Fair enough.
We all have to work in the morning.
I mean, I don't have to, but I'd like to keep my job, so, you know.
Yeah, no, I have to work in the morning. Our other proofreader, we don't have proofreaders for the second shift anymore. So everything that the people do on the second shift that doesn't get covered by the managers or my boss gets left over for the next day to me and the other proofreader, who on Wednesdays and Fridays has 2 hours. He signs in 2 hours late, so his wife can use the computer to design ads. And now he's going to be working a lot less because we're getting more ads. And his wife has to design a lot more. So my boss is trying to help me with the proofreading, but most of everything is falling on my shoulders, and it fucking sucks.
Sounds like it.
That sucks.
And part of me wants to ask for a raise because I'm doing I'm doing twice as much work as I was doing when I first started. And when, we went into quarantine, I was starting training to become a designer. And then we went into quarantine and I couldn't get my training anymore, and it fucking, it screwed everything up, so now that's going to be put on pause. But fucking, I can't even ask for a raise if we can't afford to keep second shift proofreaders on, you know?
Yeah.
It's not possible, and my boss is taking on, a lot more work than I am, so, it sounds really selfish for me to ask for a raise when she's, doing 3 times as much as I am.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm just... That was our discussion on Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Thank you for tuning in today, and... Oh, no, wait. No, honestly, I'm actually really disappointed that
Omar's here.
Oh, he's there.
Well, that's why we're hearing all the wind.
Okay.
And there it's gone. Your mute game has to be strong there, sir, because your window is making all sorts of noise.
Shit, I've been going on mute, and y'all apparently can't even hear the air conditioner and fan that's going on in my room.
Nope, see now, Omar. There we go.
What now?
I can't hear you at all. I mean, I can hear you, I just can't hear everything the window is creating.
No, I closed the window.
Okay, we won't make you close your window for too long. Don't worry. We're good. We're good. We can actually talk about the movie now.
Anywho.
Yeah, okay.
It's harder than on the
Yeah, that thing.
Over here.
So,
that situation.
Big all-star cast. We have Mark Ruffalo, Elijah Wood, Kirsten Dunst. We had Kate Winslet, Jim Carrey. David Cross was in the film. A fantastic fucking cast of people.
Yeah, it was good.
And
okay, so this is one of my favorite fucking movies of all time. All right, the movie basically it starts out with Jim Carrey as this depressed, lonely character who rarely writes in his journal, but he starts up again at the beginning of the movie, and he's depressed. He's your typical fucking sad guy, and he runs into this. He decides on a whim after seeing this girl in passing to skip work one day, and he jumps on a train, heads to the beach, and he runs into her, and fucking she's this eccentric, impulsive type. How do you explain it?
She was aggressively friendly.
Yeah.
Just really bubbly and outgoing, but in a charming way.
I want to look.
I wouldn't so much say bubbly.
Okay, yeah, not yeah, you're right. Bubbly is not quite the right term for it.
It's very difficult to describe her. She's your manic pixie dream girl with daddy issues. Yeah. Which is basically still a manic pixie dream girl. But
You know what she reminds me of? She reminds me of the
She reminds me
shy.
a lot of myself. to
She
be
reminds
honest.
she reminds me of the introverted girl in Breakfast Club if she were to talk more.
Yeah.
Like just kind of like a little bit awkward, but impulsive and like tries to make an effort.
She says everything that's on her mind with no filter, and she doesn't think about how the other person is going to react before she says what she says.
Yeah.
And she says at the beginning of the movie that, you know, she defines her personality through her hair. And she's constantly changing her hair color. And like, her name's Clementine, and Jim Carrey plays a character named Joel. So they get into this really intricate love-hate relationship where she's super outgoing and he's super introverted, and it gets to the point where they can't stand each other anymore, and she decides to go have him erased from her mind. And he finds out about it, so he does the same to her, and the whole movie is based around him running through his memories with her, trying to hold on to that little piece of her, because he realizes that it's a mistake and he loves her and he doesn't want to lose her. And it gets really fucked up when you find out that Elijah Wood is trying to weasel his way in. He, in the process of erasing Kate Winslet, who is Clementine's mind, he thinks, you know, this is a super pretty girl, I'm in love with her at first sight, steals a pair of her panties, and then stalks her, goes to her job, asks her out on a date, and now they're dating while he's in the middle of erasing Joel's mind, who is played by Jim Carrey. And fucking, it's really fucked up.
I like that
and my camera fell.
The solidification.
I like the whole concept. I like the whole concept that he's remembering things as they're, you know, working on erasing these memories from his head.
Yeah.
What he does is he takes Clementine while they're running through his memories getting erased, and he tries to hide her in places where she doesn't belong. So in memories where he's feeling embarrassed or shameful when, you know, he got caught by his mother while he was masturbating, or while he was hiding under the table as a baby when his mother was getting like a babysitter to watch him and shit, you know, like memories where Clementine wouldn't be at. He tried doing that, and it worked for a little while. And throughout the movie, you know, he's fucking like, he's waking up during the procedure and it's not supposed to happen. And apparently Kirsten Dunst is in love with her old ass fucking crusty ass boss.
I thought that was so weird. Oh shit. My phone just went flying.
It's a daddy complex, or a granddaddy complex in that particular case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would be like father age for her.
Yeah, you would.
My mother's 60. I'm 26.
Yeah.
Like, you know, older parents are not like a far out thing.
No, it happens.
Yeah. That, I don't know, their boss seemed, Howard, his name was Howard. Howard seemed about, you know, a father's age to Kirsten. But they apparently had a relationship in the past too, and Howard's fucking married with children, and he fucked that all up by sleeping with Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
So she willingly had her mind erased, found out about it while they were erasing Joel's mind, and fucking, it's just like, it's a really good goddamn movie. Like 10 out of 10 recommend, you guys.
It was a great concept on how you really, if you are one of those persons that gets easily distracted, you have to pay attention, because the way they make it, first of all, the memories aren't going backwards. So basically, he goes through the last moments when the relationship kind of started messing up and all that, and all the way back to like when he met her.
He went all the way back to when he was a kid.
Yeah.
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 That was probably the best part of the movie
I've
when
been, like, taking up the whole thing.
It was probably the best part of the movie for me when he had to take her into his shameful moments.
Yeah.
I actually liked at the end of the movie how the solidification of their love was basically based off of them hearing how miserable they were with each other before their minds had been erased.
I thought that was a pretty interesting part of it, like when they were listening to the cassette tapes of like them talking about why they wanted their minds erased in the first place, and then it seemed like when she starts to leave and he runs out in the hallway for her, like it seemed like he was wanting to try again now that they knew what annoyed each other so much. But at the same time, I kind of wonder, would it really work, or would it just be round 2 of the same thing? Because
they both admitted that these are the people who they are, and they don't intend on changing who they are as individuals.
Exactly.
So I think the theme of the
movie,
movie,
they were both okay with whatever happened after that, whether it happened again or if something changed, because at that point that was the communication that they needed that they never got.
That's exactly what I was going to say, is that throughout the entire movie you realize that they didn't communicate with each other at all about, this is how I feel about this is how I feel about... There was no communication like that. They were living in the loving moments and not communicating about the things that they were, the bad things that they were feeling.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and that thing at the end basically was them basically revealing all of that communication that they should have had when they were originally together. It's like, this is how I felt about literally the entire list of miserable things that was going on with us. And now that they basically laid each other completely raw, it's like, well, now you know who I am and I know who you are. Can we work on this?
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's what I loved about it. I loved that it was like like you said, they are who they are and they're not going to change, but at least knowing that now, maybe it could work out better, or maybe it would work out the same.
But at least they're willing to take that chance.
Yeah. If it was something that they could easily just dismiss, maybe instead of eating seafood, you eat vegan style or something like that. But you can't just completely change who you are as a person for somebody else.
Though some people do try and fail miserably.
Oh, yes. Know that all too well.
There is nothing worse than getting stuck in a relationship pretending to be something you're not.
Yeah.
It happens.
I think we've all been there and done that.
Oh, yeah. Another thing I loved about this movie is, towards the end when it started getting really, really chaotic, where it was almost it felt almost a little bit more Blair Witchy, where it's the flashlight in their faces as they're running from memory to memory to memory.
As things were starting to fade,
yeah. The scramble. I feel like it's an accurate depiction of anxiety. I feel it's a really accurate way to.
Yeah, and JimCarey fucking he pulled off every emotion, every scene fucking perfectly. I honestly, when I first saw the number 23 as my first serious JimCarey role, I was highly disappointed. I didn't think it was a good movie. I still haven't seen it since I saw it when it first came out, so I don't have an accurate opinion about it. An accurate, updated opinion about it. That was a very long time ago. But
it's kind of how I felt about... Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Regardless, this is one of the best serious JimCarey roles that I have ever come across. That, this tops fucking the Truman Show.
The Majestic? How'd you feel about that? I honestly thought The Majestic was a pretty good film for him. It was. I think I would probably put this above the Majestic just because of how intricate the film was. It had sort of a Memento feel to it.
He pulled out a huge range for this movie.
I still like this one better than The Majestic. And The Majestic was excellent. This one is way to me. To me, this gotta be like right up there.
He's done a few other films. Like I'm gonna as we're talking about.
Kate Winslet pulled off the eccentric manic role very well.
So that's actually a point I want to touch on. The Scott Pilgrim books and this movie came out in the same year. The movie came out first. I'm wondering if the Clementine character might have had some inspiration on Ramona Flowers.
That's a good question.
Being told that now, I could see that being a possibility.
The first Scott Pilgrim...
Knowing that the Scott Pilgrim movie was coming out that year, like...
No, not the movie itself. The books came out in 2004.
Like, the books came out that... Okay. You know what? Yeah.
So I'm wondering if
it makes sense.
There might have been some influence
there. They made a more, like, bipolar fucking Ramona Flowers.
So that's what I started thinking. I was looking at it, I'm like, the Clementine character and the Ramona Flowers character from the movie seemed similar, so I went to go research when the books first came out. And the books came out later in the year from, or the first one came out later in the year from when this actual movie was actually released. So...
Okay, so if the book came out after the movie, then this movie wouldn't have been based off the books.
No. I'm saying that the character in the book might have had a little bit of influence based off of the movie.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes. I know that a lot of it was based off of the writer's actual life, family, so on and so forth, people that he dealt with in his real life. But, art imitating art, basically. You see a little bit of something kind of incorporated into your own and make sure that maybe people don't understand, hey, I might have taken a little bit of this and put it here for myself.
Yeah.
So. But yeah,
anywho.
Food for thought. I actually recently watched the number 23 again, and I feel a little bit differently than when I originally watched it, just because I feel like Jim Carrey was still in his comedic prime at the time that number 23 came out, and he was trying to do a switch. And much like watching Punch Drunk Love with Adam Sandler in it, it didn't have the feel of the actor that you're used to seeing him do these goofy roles, and then he switches over to something like dead serious, and it takes you a few minutes to get adjusted to that. Now, having seen a few serious roles for Jim Carrey, I think I like the movie 23 a little bit better. Number 23, sorry, a little bit better than I did when I originally saw it. So,
I feel you. I'm probably gonna put it on after the episode.
All right, tell me what you think.
That movie, I've watched that movie probably about 5 times. Like, sit down and watched it completely. All the times I watched bits and pieces. And I feel like every time that movie's on, I'll sit down and watch it.
I've got a movie that I watched way too many times. It's because I fell asleep during the movie, and I was determined to... Have you ever seen a movie called Broken Arrow?
Mm-mm.
Christian Slater and
I have not.
John Travolta in Broken Arrow. Basically, they...
He stole a nuke.
Cast.
Who?
He stole a nuke, right?
What happened was
they stole a nuke.
They were both piloting a stealth fighter, and it crashed, and John Travolta stole the nuke. Basically, yeah. And I was determined to watch that movie from beginning to end, and I fell asleep during it at least 5 times before I was finally able to watch it all the way through. So that tells you how horrible I thought that movie was. It takes a lot to put me to sleep. I have made you guys watch some garbage films that I have stayed awake during.
Yep. Yes, you have.
Yes.
Quite a few.
That's why I laid off.
I'm waiting for some more garbage films. We've been reviewing a lot of really good fucking movies. I'm sure our viewers... I keep telling people, people who ask, what do you podcast about? We review low-budget, bad movies. The last, fucking... 10, 15 movies that we reviewed were really fucking good.
Yeah.
Well, but
we're coming out of our chill.
some of them still fall under the low budget category. I mean, even Becky was direct to video. It was considered low budget. Come to Daddy was definitely low budget direct to video.
It was an excellent movie, though.
So they were good films, but they were all... Just because they happen to be a low-budget film doesn't mean that they're all bad. It wasn't Hobgoblins.
You're right.
I can throw some pure trash at you for next weekend if you really want me to. I mean, there's a lot of pure trash out there.
Why don't you just pull one out of the hat that we made a list for?
Right? We still have some stuff on there. We still do.
Yeah.
I can spin while we're sitting right here and we're talking about the film, and we can figure it out for next weekend.
52-week fucking list with that and everything.
We did. A lot of these movies are not bad, though. A lot of them. Okay, let's see. I'm spinning now. We're spinning.
Okay. We're spinning. Bingo shit.
We are going. We already did this movie, didn't we? Did we do a full-on episode of Chuck and Dale versus Evil?
Yes, we did.
Okay, so I need to remove that one. Did we did a full-on episode for that?
I'm pretty sure we did.
I feel like we just mentioned it in something.
Hang on. Let me go check fucking Spotify, because I don't have Anchor on my phone right now.
In the same vein as, celebrities going against their norm, so Will Ferrell always doing, comedy, silly, almost, kind of dumb humor, in my opinion, anyway. I'm kind of not really a very big Will Ferrell fan. However, Stranger Than Fiction.
Stranger Than Fiction.
Ooh.
I fucking love it so much. That was the first time I've ever seen Will Ferrell do a serious role, and I loved it.
Have you seen a movie called Everything Must Go?
Watch that.
What is it?
It's a movie called Everything Must Go. Basically, this guy, he's sort of a sad sack loser. His wife kicks him out with all of his belongings, and he is literally sitting on the front lawn selling all of his belongings in front of his wife's house.
I have not seen that.
For the entire movie. It's a pretty good film, honestly. It's one of my... It's a slow burn, to be honest, but it's actually a pretty good film of his. Definitely a more serious film, not really goofy.
Oh my god, I don't think we did Chuck and Dale versus Evil.
I think, like I said, I think we mentioned it during one of our podcasts. So I've got two movies.
I'm pretty sure we did.
I've got two movies. I know one Omar has seen. Go ahead.
Hang on. Na.
Okay. Na.
Hold on, I'm looking through our episodes.
You're looking through our episodes? See if there's anything that might have been...
Something that Timberly should watch? Yeah. Okay, so... Dude... Brawl in Cell Block 99 is a big one you need to watch.
Oh my god, Vince Vaughn, another guy that normally you see him play a specific role in this fucking movie. Every single one of us were taken aback by how much of a badass he was in this movie.
Absolutely fucking amazing.
I'm down to see that. I like Vince Vaughn, actually.
You need to see this fucking movie, bro.
So, yeah,
what's the name again?
When I was in the Navy, one of my superiors looked just like Vince Vaughn, only damn near 7 foot tall.
Oh my god.
Dude was fucking tall.
Isn't Vince Vaughn already tall as fuck?
I'm pretty sure he is. I think he's at least 6'2".
Also, Turbo Kid.
There's a sequel coming out. They're making a sequel to Turbo Kid, Nico.
Oh my god!
I get the feeling you need to send me a list of movies later.
Oh yeah, I'm sending you a list of movies as soon as this episode is over.
Alright, quick question. Have any of you seen What Happened to Monday?
Yes! Oh my god, that's a fantastic fucking movie.
Oh my god. Okay, James McAvoy is a god for the way that he did Split, but this chick in What Happened to Monday, to play 7 different people...
Beatable.
To play 7 different people playing one person. I'm like, how?
Nico,
oh my god!
have you watched The United States of Tara yet?
Oh my god, I hate myself.
You haven't watched it yet? Oh. Tony, is it Toni Collette? Is that what her name is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Toni Collette.
She started...
Timberly, I don't know if you've seen fucking Hereditary.
Yeah.
Oh, yes!
The
yes,
mother.
I actually just watched that. I love that actress. Ever since Krampus and then Hereditary, and there's something else. I like her. She's one of the serial horror actresses, just like Farmiga. Vera Farmiga? Is that the right name?
Farmiga... fuck, I know what you're talking about. Something...
Huh?
Hang on. The lady from The Conjuring.
Yeah, she was in Conjuring. She was in The Orphan.
Famke Janssen?
I like her. Like I love my like staple horror ladies.
Vera Farmiga.
Yes, I love her.
Her sister plays Violet in American Horror Story.
Yes.
So I'm going to recommend this to both of you then. If you haven't seen it, United States of Tara, Toni Collette plays a mother of two who has a severe split personality disorder.
Oh.
Chris has been mentioning this to me for months, and I still haven't seen it, and I need to fucking,
oh my god.
do it.
Buckle down and watch it. It's worth it. It's about 3 seasons long before they cut it off, but it was well worth watching. I'm a little pissed they kind of left it on a cliffhanger, though.
Okay,
So.
I gotta watch it. Oh, god damn it. I'm gonna be pissed off by the end, aren't I?
I have an issue, a serious issue with...
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna be pissed off by the end.
Yeah, with places that don't tie up their shows. If you know you're going to cancel it, make an episode to tie the whole fucking thing up. Don't leave it on a cliffhanger.
Even if it's half-assed, just tie it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tie it up. That's all you got to do. So we got 2 movies here. I'll let you guys choose which one we're going to do next weekend. We got Chuck and Dale versus Evil, or a favorite of mine and I think Omar's as well, Brain Damage.
Okay, so I think we've all seen Chuck and Dale versus Evil.
Yes.
I haven't seen Brain Damage yet, so let's do Brain Damage.
I believe it is available on...
Brain Damage is crazy.
It's one of my favorite exploitation horror film, guys. I'm going to warn you ahead of time. It is by the same director that did Basket Case.
Oh my, how long ago? When
Uh,
was this movie made?
I would say this was probably late 80s. Honestly, it is a much better film than Basket Case. Much better film than Basket Case.
Okay, I'll give it a chance. Basket Case was a nightmare. With bad acting and bad graphics and bad everything. Basket Case sucked royal titties, and I don't know why it's in a museum.
Feel lucky that I did not make you watch all 3. There's 3 of them.
I wouldn't have watched all 3. I would have told you to go fuck yourself after the 2nd and 3rd fucking movies. I would have been like, I'm not on those episodes. Thank you. Goodbye. Fuck that.
Fair enough.
I have nothing good to say.
So next weekend we're looking at Basket Case. So I guess we'll tell people, if they're still listening at this point, to tune in to listen to us discuss that film. Frank Henenlotter.
Basket Case?
Basket Case, yes. Not Basket Case, Brain Damage. Fuck. I'm a Basket Case.
You said Basket Case. I was like, bro.
Alright, yeah. Nope. Brain's not there.
We're tired.
Yes.
It's almost 11.
So,
we are tired, I guess, yeah.
Next weekend we'll go ahead and watch that. It's a Frank Henenlotter classic, by far better than Basket Case.
Yeah, it was.
Special effects were a lot better.
Alright.
Well, that's when they were
It's over, though.
That's when they were trusting him with a little bit more money. Basket Case was literally his first film. So it was a low-budget first film, and they made it for under $10,000. So,
yeah.
A film under $10,000, you're lucky to feed the crew at that point. Or have a crew, for that matter.
It's still terrible.
Well, it's apparently in the, was it Library of Congress?
What?
No. Weren't we discussing that? Where was it? It was, we saw that, like, in the credits of the film. We were like, how the fuck is this, like...
Museum of Modern Art?
Museum of Modern Art. Was it that?
I think it might be the MoMA. Hang on.
The MoMA. It was something. It was like curated somewhere, and we were like, how? Why? And it was because of the fact that you see a lot of big New York landmarks from back in the 70s and 80s in the film.
Interesting.
But
I'm looking it up right now.
Are you? I'm really, really interested in not seeing Frank Henenlotter's most recent film. Just the description of the movie.
And not seeing it?
Huh? Oh, I definitely don't want to see it. I do not want to see it at all. I feel like having anybody in the room, or even me in the room, while the movie's playing would be disturbing.
Okay, I was right. It's the MoMA.
Did I think I handed you the Fangoria magazine that had that movie in it too. I'm trying to remember. It's like Body
did.
Chemistry.
Yeah, no, I was right. It's the MoMA.
The MoMA. No, I was telling Omar that Frank Henenlotter, the director there, he did a movie called Bad Biology. Sorry. And the premise to this movie...
It sounds like something after Basket Case.
Yeah.
It sounds like something the director would do.
Yeah.
The premise to this movie, I'm not going to actually read it. I would just suggest looking up the film maybe in Wikipedia and just reading the whole premise to the movie and realizing that this guy went from what he was doing, like, you know, he did like Frankenhooker, and he did Basket Case, he did Brain Damage, he did movies like that, and then he moved on to something that was, I think he was just doing it for shock factor. But, yeah, just, I'm not even going to mention it on the podcast. I mean, I could, technically, but, I don't want to read it out loud right now.
That's effort and things, and we're almost 2 hours into the episode.
Yeah, I'd say we're pretty close. I'm gonna say we're probably at about an hour and a half. We did about 50 minutes on the front end. We're doing about 37 minutes right now. So, and the fact that we're even counting
almost
the time.
2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, the fact that we're even counting the time at this point tells me. We had an episode that was almost 3 hours long. We had one episode that went almost 3 hours. You know why that is?
Fredo's wows. I don't know if you guys heard Fredo going, wow, wow. But that came in just like perfect fucking timing.
Before we split Nico and Omar's stuff off of the podcast. Omar hasn't done his stuff recently. Nico has her own thing now. Before we did that, we were doing tea time, and we had a segment for Omar here. We actually had some episodes that pushed about 3 hours because we had all that extra content.
That's cool.
So now that we wanted to shorten it a little bit, that's why we split Nico's off. Once we're gathering in houses again, we're actually splitting it completely off Cinemaic Anarchy and giving her own thing. So she'll be by herself on her own. I'll still be recording everything and putting it out, but you know, you don't have to dig through Cinemaic Anarchy to find Tea Time with Honey.
Yeah!
So
Also, my bad, I had to take out the headphones because I am on 1%.
1%. So you're going to die. No, you're plugged in now? No? No words? Did we all freeze? Why am I the only one talking?
I was trying to talk, but I forgot that I was on mute.
I'm just sitting here listening.
I think we're done. All right, thank you.
Shit, I thought you could hear me. I'm sorry.
No, we just see you playing peekaboo at the bottom of your screen.
I was pressing the fucking mute button on and off, and it wasn't working.
Oh, Jesus.
I was literally talking to myself for a minute.
And I was talking. It was off. It didn't work.
Okay. Anyhow, I think this is a pretty good point to just kind of cut it off and say goodnight. And thank you, everybody, on behalf of Omar, Miss B, and Miss... Oh, my God, my brain just went.
Timberly.
Just
remember tree falling over.
I wanted to call you Kimberly, and I knew that wasn't right.
I mean, hey, it's close.
It was close, but I don't like saying people's names wrong, so I'd rather just stutter and look.
It's
little
okay. My name gets butchered on the regular, so it's fine.
Timberland from now on.
Timberland?
Well, she's probably going to be
Guy
on a
Caboose.
lot more often.
I'd love to
Hopefully.
be, honestly. Like, I love movies. I love movie recommendations. Yep.
Fuck yeah!
Well, we've been
Especially
through
if anybody wants to, like, start a spin-off podcast where we just talk about horror movies, like, good or bad, either one.
That might be good, too. I'm always up for branching out and making more, honestly.
Yep.
That was kind of the intent to begin with, to kind of branch out and kind of widen our horizons, so to speak. We just talk about low-budget films for the most part. I don't think Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind really falls into that category, though, at all.
No, it doesn't.
I gave you guys a break. I put you guys through some shit. Some serious shit.
You gave us a break? Bro, I'm the one that chose the movie! Fuck you!
No, but I'm just saying. Rather than sitting...
Also,
Go ahead.
if anybody wants to shit talk some movies that are basically like borderline softcore porn, like, I'm down to do that too, because that shit's funny as fuck to dissect.
Yep.
That's
Sorority,
right up Chris's alley.
sorority babes in Slime Ball Bolorama. Have you ever seen that?
I haven't seen
Oh
that.
my god. Like some of the mid-'80s
Slither.
movies. Slumber Party
Slither?
Massacre. What?
Okay, I've seen Slither. Slither was... that one was an interesting one.
That was a really
Yeah.
weird one. We did a review on that one.
Tammy and the
I
T-Rex.
like Michael Rooker, though.
Tammy and the T-Rex was horrible.
That just
I
sounds
wouldn't
horrible
know
based
about
on the
it.
title.
Paul Walker's first movie, Tammy and the T-Rex. He
Oh,
was
Yeah.
Jesus.
he basically plays a guy that gets killed and his brain is put inside of an animatronic T-Rex.
I'll be right back, guys.
That sounds horrible.
It was terrible.
Oh my god. What?
It was worse than it sounds.
Were they on acid when they came up with that? Or like...
It's,
More than likely.
it's entirely possible. It was actually supposed to be a vehicle for the beginning of Denise Richards' career.
Interesting.
Also, don't like her as an actress, so... Yeah.
Stanley just tried to take a leap of faith off his
Made it acceptable, then.
hammock.
Did it end well?
His hammock is kind of high up.
So it was more faith than leap.
No, he was like holding on by his back legs.
That's a whole lot of faith.
Yeah.
Can I just do
That's
one
all
thing?
the faith.
Not trying to see another lizard break a leg.
Can I just do one thing? Good night.